Out of all the pain relievers out there, the reason why we chose Motrin is because it'll help with a headache and even things like menstrual cramps. And but the reason why we chose it is because you twist an ankle or you twist a knee and there's swelling. It's an anti-inflammatory, and that is a good thing if you're out there and you have a slight injury. These are just all things to just for comfort. You never know. The final little slots we have in our fanny pack are Velcroed here. It's like the whole side of them. Ah, this is tape. It's a tape that the grader, when they're grading for development of some kind, you'll see these pink pieces of tape on sticks that the grade man has put into the grade to tell the blade operator how to shave the dirt and what angle it's supposed to be at for things like rain runoff. But that's not why we use it. We use it for tying around trees to mark your trail. Many people have marked their trail, not necessarily by this pink tape. Anyway, they've been on a journey for 2 or 3 hours thinking they're going the right way, and only to find out that they've made a big circle, and they've come back and they see one of their marks that they made, and they go, and then they realize, I've walked in a huge circle, wasted a whole afternoon in the heat, and gotten exactly nowhere. So, very important to mark your trail. Very important to get to a high point to see where you're going, a peak of a mountain, something in the distance that you can constantly check to see that you're going in that direction that you want to go. So that might be the direction to safety. What we have in here, just ordinary twine. 100 uses, 1,000 uses. For a shelter, for many, many things. And these right here is beef jerky. Beef jerky can sustain you for quite a while. Next we have in here, it's a package of Mylar blankets. I don't know if you know what a Mylar blanket is, but they're sheets of Mylar, and they can keep you warm. You can put them in such a way as to fire so that it reflects, like say for instance you had the fire in front of you and then you had some kind of wall behind you. You could put the Mylar against that wall. The heat from the fire will reflect off of that Mylar, and it can keep you warm. You may be really cold with no fire. You can wrap one of these around you, and your body heat will radiate off of it back onto you and also keep you warm. Pretty important. And look how small the package is. And there's a bunch of them in there. So, because they are kind of fragile, you will rip them. You'll need more than one. And little package, a lot of warmth in that little package right there. Let's see what else is in here. Pepper spray. Pepper spray can deter a cat or a coyote or any, you might meet a rabid animal out there. Who knows? Now bears, I don't know. You can go and get bear spray And but the 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 verdict is still out on that stuff, because I've seen where bear spray has been used and a bear has rolled in it, like to get the scent all over him. Just insane. Supposed to repel him? No, not happening. Now a cat will turn its nose up. If you want to know, just take an orange, a slice of orange, take the peel. When your cat comes around, you spray it. Just pinch it so it sprays a little cloud, and you'll see what he does. And that's basically what a cat's going to do. But if you don't have something to deter that cat's going to keep coming. It can. Most cats run away. Sometimes they don't. It just depends. Two items here. Insect repellent. You know, sometimes the mosquitoes are so bad, you're not going to get any sleep, because all you're doing all night long is swatting mosquitoes. And this is a sewing kit. It can come in handy. You know, you may have to repair something. Maybe, you know, your shorts, your cutoffs, whatever, a pants, you ripped them, and, you know, maybe you ripped the pocket and something fell out of the pocket. Maybe you lost something, and, you know, it fell out of a hole in your pocket and you want to repair it. Whatever. It takes up no space. And I think that nope, there's still more. Okay. In this can, which doesn't take up very much space, a complete fishing kit with a bunch of hooks. If you would be so lucky as to be near water where there's fish in it, you'll be able to feed yourself. And over a 5-day period, which is the minimum, yeah, that could come in handy. Nice fish for supper would be delicious. More Gatorade. Putting electrolytes back into your system over a 5-day period. Say your temperatures were 100 degrees in the day. Yeah, electrolytes, very important. Put that energy back inside you. And here's a pin. And I wrapped around the pin fishing line. There's a lot of fishing line on there. Like maybe 50, 60 feet you could cast out into the lake or stream, whatever. Lots of ways to catch fish. And if I'm not mistaken, that pretty well draws us to a close on items in the fanny pack. So that are all the items that we have in a fanny pack, in our fanny pack. Did you ever imagine that so much stuff could be put in one fanny pack? That's a lot of stuff. And it's stuff that could save your life. It could definitely make your 5-day or longer stranded in the wilderness experience. That could make it a lot better. You'd have fire, you'd have a little bit to eat, some medicine, toothpaste. You could just take toothpaste and wash your teeth with your finger. Or if you wanted to shine something up, toothpaste worked great to shine stuff up with. Dental floss, you'd have water treatment tablets, a way to carry water if you did find it, pepper spray, insect repellent, able to fish, able to mark your territory, knives, your lips from cracking. And so this is why we use a fanny pack. A lot of stuff that you can put in a fanny pack, wrap around your waist and take off, and you're basically covered. If there's a mishap and you have to spend 5 days or longer in the wilderness, you're gonna be a whole lot better off with someone in a t-shirt, sneakers, shorts, and a couple of bottles of water and a camera and your cell phone. Don't leave your cell phone in the car when you go on your hike, because you're not going to have service. There's a flashlight, as you know, in your cell phone. Can be very helpful if you can't get a fire started and you're in the pitch dark. Not only is it scary, but you could trip and hurt yourself. A lot of people do. Also, on my cell phone, I have Morse code. So I can put the Morse code in there, and the light, it'll flash out a signal. The Morse code signal will make the flashlight flash that signal. So, like, for instance, SOS or anything like that. This is a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of stuff that could save your life. And for what it takes to wrap a fanny pack around you, well worth it. Lots of people get stranded. There was this woman who traveled an hour to go to work one way. And she came from a valley, went into a mountainous area, and went into the other valley, and that's where her job was. Well, she was coming home, and, she months and months of driving over this bridge with this beautiful creek underneath it was just really a tranquil spot. So she decided she'd go down there. So she pulled off, and apparently there was another bridge, but it was on a road that, they had gotten rid of that road and they were using the new road. So she got out of her car and she hiked down to the water, and then realized she didn't know where her car was. She was totally lost. Just that quick. Had nothing with her. Left her purse and everything, stuffed her purse underneath the seat before she went. She had nothing on her except clothes. Anyway, there was a creek right there, and she kept trying to get out, kept trying to get out. She couldn't. She was lost. Had to spend the night. The next night. On the fourth day, this is a really critical juncture for people that are stranded. The fourth day. 4 days without water. Even though this woman was by a creek, she didn't get it. She didn't put the two and two together. So what happens to the human body is that your kidneys start to pump poison into your system from not being flushed with water. This causes hallucinations. You're already hypothermic, had multiple nights frozen, just freezing, and then warm days, and on and on and on. And do you know that it was about 2 more days that she was out there, and she was hallucinating, because this toxin from the kidneys makes you hallucinate. And she saw people, she heard people, she was going to cross the creek, but she didn't. And then there were really people there that were trying to rescue her. They were on the other side of the creek, and she didn't know if she was hallucinating or not. Anyway, do you know, she was so wiped out and so weak that she could not yell. And if she had had that whistle, it would have saved her life.